The 21st of September will always be important to me, as it was the day I was released from the psychiatric ward after I had attempted. Yesterday marks 5 years, half a decade, since I crawled out of a car, crashed into a tree. Seeing as September is Suicide Awareness Month, I've decided to finally share my story in hopes of helping people who relate. If you feel guilty in any way, as if there was blame on you individually for not being there at the time, or maybe that you feel you've contributed to what's happened, don't. I've made peace with it all. I only want the telling of my story to be used as an example of why you shouldn't harm yourself. In the late summer of 2019, a young John Holmberg was going on 3 full days and nights without sleeping. Chronic insomnia was a major problem for my, at the time, undiagnosed bipolar disorder, and I was in dire circumstance regarding mood and depression. I was often overworked by my job, and after 3 days of no sleep, I needed to decompress. I wanted to bake cookies. I'll spare the silly details, but I needed to leave the house while they were in the oven. And after asking my family if they could watch them, hearing them not want to, and for me, that was enough. Again, sparing the silly details that led to a grand upheaving of my entire worldview, I wanted a greater release of stress. I ran out of my house after arguing with my parents, jumped into my car without proper shoes, my phone, or my wallet, and sped off. I can't say I knew where I was going or what I wanted to do, but I wanted to end it all. I drove myself somewhere and crashed my car, going over 70 miles per hour into a tree over a guardrail. My last words to myself as I flew through the air were no. I'll say it's true. Your life does flash before your eyes. I saw and remembered things I still don't know and never could if I didn't. My desk in 5th grade, planting sunflowers in boxes in pre-kindergarten. My mother. And with that, I snapped back into the land of the living and realized what I've done. So with no phone, up a mountain in the middle of nowhere, I crawled out of a sideways car, caught in a tree, kicked off the poor excuse for sandals, and ran down the road back to civilization, yelling out, "There's been an accident, I need help." I arrived to a main road and waved down a car and was able to contact my parents and 911 with their phone. That's all I'll say, as the rest is deeply personal. After some time healing in a real hospital, I was told I couldn't go home just because I wasn't hurt. I spent the next 6 days in a mental hospital with people just like me, an experience that marked a monumental change in my life ever since. I was put on medication that let me sleep properly. I had group therapy 3 times a day. It was profound. I left with incredible insight and a new foundations for a healthy lifestyle. I had hoped those experiencing similar things could be helped by my story. But just last year, I lost one of my best friends. He was my kid brother, a friend all throughout school and sports and life and business. He was someone who I experienced incredible things with for years and years of my life. He was hilarious and brilliant and unique. He took his own life in the middle of November just last year. I hadn't spoken to him since 2 years before that. I miss him every day and think about him constantly. It hurts to know, after hearing my story, he still went on to did what he did. But I know I helped him when I could, while he was still here. The moral of the story is suicide is never the answer. A beautiful boy of 22 years is gone forever, and all he needed was help. I barely escaped death at my own hands at 19, and not 2 full months after that, I opened my first business. Since that time, I've gone on to operate 5 businesses, and I'm working on my 6th because it's what I love to do. I've worked with thousands of people that would have never had the chance to meet me had I succeeded in hurting myself. I sell ice cream on the street corner in my downtown area, and no one leaves my stand without a smile on their face. I make damn sure of that. My name is John Holmberg, the ice cream man, the sock guy, the fair organizer, the former fish tank cleaner, guitar maker, and now I make soup and sell bagels. Life is crazy, but life is good. Try remembering that more often. I'll see you next time. Take care and reach out.